So imagine taking a boring number, like the number 6, you put it into a converter, and then it gives you this number back. Yeah, I know it may look like some hacker magic, right? So today I'm going from confused human to a binary wizard, and you are going to be coming along with me. We're going to be going from this, a non-working decimal to binary converter. It looks very beautiful, doesn't work though, to this, a working decimal binary converter. It's probably blurred out because y'all can't see the finished product.
So this is the beginning stage, you know, where you sit there, you declare some variables, you get to the basic functions, but this is honestly the foundation of your code that is going to end up helping you for the rest of the project that you are currently trying to commit to. But honestly, it's the funnest part just because it is the easiest part. All you got to do is just write some basic functions, just get a couple of get element by IDs, and then you're literally set from that point forward. The scary part is right after this. The next couple of functions that you got to get into, the for loops, if statements, the whatever the try thing is called, that is the scary part. Currently here, we are managing one of the biggest parts of this project is the set output visible, because you guys will be seeing this function being put literally everywhere, and it's going to be set output visible false or true, because that is just what's going to allow it to be either displayed, as in with flex, or we're going to end up putting it to where it is none, so you cannot see it. So it gets used a lot.
People hear binary converter and they immediately think this must be of the matrix. Like, what the hell are we talking about? Little do they know, keep this between us, it's just dividing 2 a couple of times just to get the right number.
This is where we kind of got to like the middle part of the project where it felt a little bit hard, a little bit easy. But here, as you've seen, my first set output visible false, this will be popping up a lot. But we're currently going to be adding the add event listener for the form, which is going to allow me to submit it to do the rest of the functions that are going to be ahead. Of course, we got to do the prevent default, but then we got to end up doing the clear error function that we wrote a little bit earlier at the top. Then we got to get the decimal input value and trim that just so that we can end up getting the correct number that we are looking for. And then boom, we start to dive into regex. But y'all, regex is another hell.
Ladies and gentlemen, the while loop, the destroyer of dreams. You make an infinite loop, you are done for. Watch me tackle this.
Not only is regex another hell, but we ended up completing that and getting past that actually easier than I thought. Like you heard earlier, that try loop is something different, or try statement, whatever it is called. But here, you know, of course we got into a little bit of the easiest stuff here where we're just declaring the const n, doing big integer log just so we can end up getting big numbers. We got to get the binary value equals binary area, but this is just the first time me ever doing something inside of the try. I don't even know what the hell this is. But trust me, I struggled. But deep down, I think what truly ended up happening for me is that I just seen something new and I freaked out. But little did I know that the logic that is going to be going inside of these is pretty much the same logic that I've been writing everywhere else. Nothing was different. It's the same thing. Just keep it pushing. Now, console.error I've never seen before in my life. I freaked out, but man, if you just keep going, you eventually will figure it out. Yeah, how fast I got this done. No, I'm just kidding.
And just like that, my binary converter actually worked. Ugly little program. It got it together, decimal to binary, bam, hacker unlocked. Y'all, look at this transformation. We went from this sad, empty void to this beautiful working decimal binary converter. Oh my goodness. Okay, listen, maybe it's not gonna land me a job at Google, but it did land me the satisfaction of not rage quitting. So yeah, that was my decimal to binary converter. It was quite life-changing. Just kidding, it wasn't that life-changing. It was actually just a pretty cool assignment I did. Did I nearly lose my insanity? Yes. But honestly, building projects like this is exactly what keeps me coding. Literally what coding is all about. You start with nothing, you fight with logic, you make some bad jokes along the way. Did I? Come on, let me know. And then somehow you end up with something you can actually go and show off, which I cannot wait to go show someone. I have no friends. And if you're sitting there with an idea for a project, no matter how small or silly, build it. Because the real flex isn't a code, but it is actually coding something that solves a real problem for yourself. Coding something that you can actually finish, even if it's just turning boring old decimals into binary code. Anyway, I am off to pretend that I'm now in the Matrix. Catch you in the next one.